The podcast you have been waiting for.
6 friends, 6 opinions, infinite laughs.
You're watching History in the Making.
You don't have to open up your eyes, you can clearly see.
The #1 podcast is GCU Week. 20 years of brotherhood. The Q La Familia. Raw, uncut, uncensored, and unfiltered. Bub's opinionated. Why Eddie keep you laughing? Steve will get the tea while Shot tells us all what's happening. Spiritual or natural. I'm here for the thrills. And when it comes to PJ, y'all, please say the real. From quick hits, heavy lifting, the mass to the week. We getting ratings through the roof every time that we speak. PA, VA, GA to the Aspens, turning podcasts into under-table has-been. Sports, entertainment, and current events. Sometimes we get pissed, so the crew got a vent. So when Friday night come, you know just what to do. Sit back, put up your feet, and now rocking with the Q. People, it's your boy Bugs, and you are now on your favorite podcast, the GQ podcast. And if it's not your favorite, it soon will be. That's GCUE, not to be affiliated with the magazine or the company. Once again, it's on. I'm here with the usual suspects. We're going to go around and get some introductions. As you see us for, we're going to shout out Steve and the real PJ, who's not on right now. But let's set it off, Bub. Let's go.
Hey, what's up, y'all? We got another hot episode for you. Just glad that you're tuning in and still rocking with us. Hope you enjoy the show.
We're going to go over to Eddie, who cheesing.
What up, yo? What's up? Listen, man. Let's do this. I'm ready. I enjoy these moments. You know what I mean? Ready to have this convo.
And you already know we're going to go down to Mr. ATL, Suave Magazine himself. Shop. Let's set it off.
Yo, what's good, people? Since we pre-recording, happy post-Valentine's Day. Hope y'all had a great little love day and get in no trouble. No extra Valentine's Day babies popping out. So there we go. But since Valentine's Day is relationship day, there's the question out there like about social media and relationships. So we're gonna talk about that today and just jump right into it. Should you be on social media if you're in a relationship?
Yes.
Who gonna set it off?
The reason why you shouldn't.
Hold on. What was the question again? Say that one more time.
Should you be on social media if you're in a relationship?
That's a stern question.
Yeah,
I don't see why not.
Yes.
Like, why would you limit social media to just? I guess you're not on like ChristianMingle.com or Single Mingle or anything like that. Like social media has a lot of
Judge yourself.
Saying it has a lot of purposes. It has it just tells you it's like with that question, that line of questioning, it makes it just seem that it's very specific to people only being on there to interact with other people for other purposes other than just saying, hey, you're doing all right, or hey, you're living right in life. Like that's kind of like one-sided, one-minded, in my opinion. Like, why wouldn't you?
So your answer is yes. That was what she was getting to.
Yeah, I mean, you can be in a relationship and be on social media. Like, why wouldn't you? Like, that doesn't make any sense not to. Like unless you're some weird creeper. Like, that's for sure.
I mean, a lot of people now are saying like when they get into relationships, they either limit social media access or kind of come off of it altogether.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like me, I have that situation like at home. I'm on social media. TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram. You see my workout page, you see my fan page, you see my pics. Now my queen, she hates social media. She doesn't like it at all. She was once on there, but she separated herself from every aspect of social media. She don't like what it stands for. She don't like any parts of it. So I refrain from posting her a lot. You know what I mean? But at the same time, when it's like date night or her birthday or something, I told her, I said, you gonna get this post. I'm gonna put it up. Let everybody know. But I can relate, you know what I'm saying? But I think that comes to your relationship. Each relationship is different because if you don't have the true, what I like to say, foundation of a relationship, which might open another door in the conversation, fellas, it's like trust, loyalty, I'm on here. If you trust me, then you should know I'm not going to do nothing behind your back that I'm not going to do in your face. You see what I'm saying? But some people don't have that bond. Some people's relationship isn't that strong. And some people, if you got to sit there and you constantly checking this person's phone, or you checking this, or you checking that, or you looking at their social media to see how many likes, or do this, then you need to check yourself. Because it's time for a self-examination. Because that's completely.
But that's my point. Like, social media is an underlying thing if you already know that your relationship is trash. Like, you know what I mean? Like at this point, like, we're in our 40s. At this point, like, if you're dealing with someone that you can't even allow them to, like, you can't have a sober, like, not sober, that's not the word I want to use. I'm a little tired. If you can't have a sound mind knowing that they can just have access to talk to people and they can't behave themselves, then you should just be in a whole different, you should just get out of it, because that's not anything that you want to remotely deal with.
Keep doing that.
So it's like, for me, it's like when you're in that type of situation, you got to have a conversation, right? Like, because it can be serious. Some people are into social media for certain things, you know what I mean? And I just think that you can respectfully be on social media, because I don't think you need permission to be on social media, no matter if you're in a relationship or not. It's just, if you're in a relationship, just for your partner, then that's a conversation y'all have. Do we do this social media thing? And if you're willing to sacrifice social media to have a successful relationship, then that's what it is. But it's simple. Like, it's not that serious. Like, everybody, just about, not everybody, but most people are on some social media some way or another. You know what I mean?
But my question to what you just said, because you just hit a good point. You said if you got to sacrifice social media for your relationship, and this is that and the third. My question, well, I'm not even going to ask a question. I'm going to make a statement rather. Why should someone sacrifice something that 99.9% of the time they were probably doing before they got with that person, for the sake of the person, when they knew that was a part of what they were doing? I'm just asking.
Let me answer that directly real quick, because it could be a problem. You could be a freaking hornball on social media, just out here trying to get your rocks off. Like, it could be anything. And if your partner decides that you can't handle your in the candy store, then you shouldn't be on there. Like, if you respect your relationship enough, that's something you need to sacrifice or change your ways. Like, it's not that serious. I mean, come on. What are you really missing? You said your wife isn't on social media. Her life is fine. You know what I mean?
So I think for me, I have a very strong love-hate relationship with social media. Like, I can't stand it, but I have to use it. So I feel like social media allows you a lot of access to whatever you have an issue with. So if you don't say like you're married and like your wife doesn't say good morning every morning, but this chick on social media is hitting you up every morning. Good morning. How's your day going? How's this? How's that? It's like you're getting that fulfillment of those things that are missing from relationships from somebody else. And
open.
The door is open. So
you communicate with your wife then, if you like that. That's your problem.
But no, absolutely, I agree. You should definitely communicate and say, this is what I like. But if it's something that you don't realize is something that you like. So it's
okay.
Like that extra affirmation, that extra like boost of confidence, that boost of support from somebody that's outside of your relationship.
Yeah.
And it's like when you are in relationships long enough, it gets comfortable. And like little things stop. And then there's somebody now plugging those little things on the side that can become an issue relationship wise, because all it takes is for something to be seen, something to be misread, something to be misunderstood, and now you're clashing.
So you're saying, like,
let me rebuttal that real quick before you chime in, Bob.
Hold on, just to Shad's point. So you're saying in this certain scenario that you're looking at, you're saying a lot of times it's because of like the added instant attention that somebody can get because of the lack of being in a relationship long term, or is it just the fact of like adults got to have discipline? Like, to me, more than anything, like. I do think social media does have its place where it allows people to get in stuff messier, because again, back in the day, if you see a woman, you like her, you got to really approach the person. But now,
Right.
like there's a song that goes down in the DM. Like people do so much dirt now in DMs that, you know what I mean? Like it's like you said, they made a song about it. So again, it's really about just adults being disciplined and putting the priorities in place to where they really want their relationship. And like what Books was saying, it not only do where you want your relationship, where you should already know if your relationship's there. You should already know if your partner's that guy or that girl, because we can't always beat up on us. There's women too that let, like you said,
No, absolutely.
That,
this is
that, no,
this
that's
is
right. That
this isn't it's not a gender specific conversation.
That leave that in there, and I left him on red, ha ha ha. But then you go back, you left him on red. Oh, I didn't see this. You know what I mean? And you approach it that way. So I just think it's really about adults and discipline and being honest with yourself. I think it's a beautiful tool when used correctly. Businesses, catching up with classmates, family members, things like that. And even if you do meet somebody, you just got to make sure that like when you meet somebody, it's not no weirdo shit. Like, you know, just stepping out on like relationships and stuff. That's the trick.
But I think that's the question. Is it something that should you pull back on social media once you're in a relationship?
I want to hear what Eddie was going to plug right quick, though. Let me see what Eddie was going to plug.
Oh, no, it wasn't. It was just I was responding to what you said about like having certain things happen to you that you can't listen. It was basically I was ready to say what Bub said. It's about discipline because that same thing can happen in real life. You can go to a function or something like that and and someone can say, "Hey, you're cute," or give you a compliment, and that's how you take it. I'm either gonna holler or I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's okay. And like, let's be real. It's not that bad sometimes to get compliments from other people, yo. Like think about that, because I think that somebody sometimes does need to hear from someone else. You know, because it can get stale. I can tell my wife she's beautiful, she's beautiful, she's beautiful, and she just gets used to that, right? Let's say another random guy sees her and goes, she's beautiful. That could mean a little bit more. Just because some stranger gave her a compliment doesn't mean she want him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I just feel that way. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I believe in nobody wants somebody nobody else wants. So whatever.
But look, that's a good look. But
that's real. Like,
I look at social media, and I want to plug this before we go to another door. Social media is another tool. Let's be clear. Social media is nothing. It's new. The technology may be new to some, but the acts have been around forever. People have always had work husbands, work wives, all that stuff. I don't do that stuff, but people have had it. You see what I mean? I hear certain people say that. That was before social media. Don't let social media come along and you blame everything on social media. If somebody saw somebody at work and thought they would, oh, that's my work wife, that's my work husband. That stuff's been going on. You know what I'm saying? Social media is just another avenue where you can do it, and you can do it in a discreet manner.
The social media aspect is that at this point, it's the norm of life. So it's not uncommon for people to be on social media where you see people on their phones. So to say like what I'm trying to say is that like, should you really suspect people, because everybody's on social media platforms. At this point in the game, it's actually more shocking to hear somebody that's not on any social media than what there is people that are on social media. So, like,
and I got one, true.
You know what I mean? But that's what I mean. But I think that's where, like you said, people and attraction is going to be during the test of time. I just think that this is the newest wave of what we have to understand of what society is now. Because social media, internet is here. It's not going anywhere. Like, and just instant access, instant gratification is just here. But like, it's just a matter of really knowing if people are going to keep using it for the proper way, or they're going to still cheat, or they're going to allow people to cheat. Like, is there going to be something that can either, like, are they going to come up with something that's going to allow people to find out, like, people are cheating or lying? You know what I mean? Like, is there going to be something that develops that at this point? Like,
if I had a website, I would do that, though. Real talk.
You know, so.
But it's also fair to say that social media has made cheating easier. Or it's made like stepping out a lot easier. So So statistically, let's jump into some stats real quick. So 51% of people says their partner is often or sometimes distracted by their cell phone when they're trying to have a conversation with them. 40% say they're often or sometimes bothered by the amount of time their partner spends on social media platforms. 68% of people said that social media has impacted their relationships. So it's saying that negative effects of social media on relationships is decreased time with partners, negative comparisons with other people in relationships, missed bids or attempts for connection, jealousy, conflict stemming from disagreements or hurt feelings regarding what is acceptable on social media. So you have that kind of stuff, and then you have, let me see, it's 70% of people that are 18 to 29 said they check up on their ex that on social media. 48% of that same age range, they share or discuss things about their relationship or dating life with other people outside of their relationship. And then 91% of social media people say they often or sometimes see people posting things about their romantic relationships on social media. So it's like, do you give social media too much weight in relationships? But again, have to think this is outside of our age range. So,
but you know what? Can I say so? Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, man.
No, you good. So it's outside of our age range. The stats are close to the same when you get into our space, but it is a little bit higher for that 18 to 29 group.
I'm gonna put it this way. I see you. You just started it. Whether at work, whether I see you in the gym, wherever we meet, I get your name. Boom. I have everything I need. That's what they would say. You have everything you need to know. You can go online right now, find that person, look at their hobbies, look at their likes. Then all of a sudden, you know what? You're like, yo, you know what? I'm going hiking next weekend. Would you like? Oh, you hike? Yeah, I hike. I didn't know you like hiking. You ain't never hiked a day in your life, but you trying to do stuff like that. I use that for example because I hike. But I'm saying that's just stuff like that. It's like, oh well, okay, we can go hike. Or you like flowers? Yo, I had this garden and these extra flowers. Anybody want? Oh, I love flowers. You love flowers? Get out of here.
So that
Really?
ain't social media
Stop
use.
playing. Come on, man. But it happens.
It's
people
social media.
did
The
that
bad part.
before social media. I just think that, like, again, I don't know. I keep harping on the same thing. I just think that with social media,
Block.
so to your point, Shy, what you were saying as far as like people breaking up and having tensions, because one, like, and I don't know about the age range, but my age range, I'm 43. So like if I go to work, I have kids, but then when I come home, I take some time away from whatever circumstances to be on social media. I can see why that could be considered an interference, because again, you don't see your family, most of the day. You see them for a small bit of time. So I can see where someone would feel like, oh, that's an interference. That doesn't necessarily mean that the person is, cheating or anything. It could just be that, like, again, this is the newest way and
It's like a release.
form.
Right.
Yeah, it's entertainment. And if you sit at work and do that on your breaks, because a lot of us do that on our breaks, you get on and check, social media, because also social media also at this time, you get news updates. Everything's about like what's going on. So it's always right there in your phone. Back in our day, it was like breaking news.
Yeah.
You had to be by a TV. But now you get alerts by so many different outlets. And I just think that it's so ingratiated in our way of life now that we haven't all truly shifted into understanding that this is something that we just need to talk about. Like, I know Eddie said before, like, I think it was Eddie, like, you stated, like, when you have, like, dinner and you sit around as a family, like, yo, no phones, or PJ, one of y'all said that.
That's how it's supposed to be.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the mentality you had to have, I think, even with a relationship. Like, yo, all right, cool. Like, when we eating, though, we're not going to have it. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going to have them sitting just face up. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to look. If it's somebody serious, yeah, we'll answer. But, like, try to put the phones away. I just think those are the conversations. I think it's more just about the new routine that people haven't adapted to.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So it's basically, it's not saying that social media like is the cheating mechanism of relationships. It's saying that it's just interfering with relationships. So it takes away from, again, a lot of that downtime. So if you have that slot from like 9 until midnight before you go to bed, and then you're on your phone for 2.5 hours out of that, it's like that conversation stops happening within the household because you're checking on everything outside of the house on social media, like investing in everyone else's life, but missing out on the investment on your own.
But it's not saying it's
So
not being
everything-
used as a tool either. Go
Hold
ahead.
up, Gus. Hold up. Listen. So everything's not everything. I don't think you can really fully blame social media solely because our way of life is with our devices. You can check an email. You know what I'm saying? You could be watching TV or watching a video. Or, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things you can do with your phone than just social media. So, like, my daughter sits on YouTube on a phone. You know what I mean? Watching little kitty videos or whatnot. So it's like, it doesn't always have to be social media. You just gotta, it still goes back to discipline. Disciplining yourself to know when is the wrong or right time to really be in your device, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm dealing with my children. Their phones all day long, and it's like all day long. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta discipline yourself to make the right decisions when it comes to devices. Plus, I think less screen time is good because the longer you sit in your device, you know what I mean, the longer you're not really socializing with the people around you. That's why that dinner routine is a good idea. You get to pick your kids' brains and see what's really going on with them.
You know what I do though? I'm gonna tell you what I do. Like when I'm here, I'm here. You see what I'm saying? When I'm home, I'm home. Like if I'm in the bed and I'm laying next to my, unless she playing slots and she on the phone, I'm not just going up and get on it. You see what I'm saying? It's like if she on it, all right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and get on it. We're gonna do this for a minute. Cause you know sometimes you get off work, you work all day. That's your downtime. I understand that completely. You feel me?
Yeah.
But at the same time, when not, I take my phone, I put it on silent. It's right there with me, but I'm not on it. I'll check it periodically. I don't miss calls. If something comes through, I'm gonna see it. You see what I'm saying? That's like dinner. You can check it at dinner, but anything that happens within this hour that we eating, we can talk about after the hour. Anything that happens in this time, I'm gonna address it. It's just not gonna be addressed the second you send it through. You see what I'm saying? So that way I'm not away. Cause it's like we work different schedules. I'm working like a 3:30 to midnight. She works like a 8 in the morning to 5. So you see what I'm saying? When I get home, if she's up, she's tired. So it's not that much time we get to spend. So the more time that I am spending, I'm gonna spend it. You see what I'm saying?
So I think the question, because for me, my phone goes in do not disturb at 10 o'clock, like every night. So there's like maybe 6 people who can get through the do not disturb aspect. And I pretty much like flip my phone face down and I don't touch it. And that's just my thing for giving myself my own space. So that's my safeguard. Question: social media and likes. Is it okay to go through social media and liking everything, commenting everything, and it's all the same? It's all the same space. So every time there's like some naked ass somewhere, is we see your name with the heart beside it. Is that okay in a relationship?
Now see, hold on, cause that hurt. I need you to stop stepping on toes right quick.
I mean, cause this
real talk.
I don't care.
This becomes an issue for people.
I don't care. Like,
go ahead. Whoever gonna set it up, go ahead. I'll finish it. It don't matter. Go ahead.
That's above it.
Listen, I don't care. It doesn't bother me much because I like that. Like I like more than I post. You know what I'm saying? If we're being honest. And a lot of times I don't really like since I drive, I can't really be on social media like that anyway. So a lot of them I'm not even on. So for me, a person might get a rush of likes just because maybe I wasn't on all day yesterday because I was driving, but then I got on the next day and I'm just scrolling through the feed and now all your shit's popping up. So I'm just liking it. So it's
but
not,
what are you like?
Why you see? That's my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't worry about what I'm liking. You know what I'm saying? I can like whatever I want to like.
But that's not the question, though.
That's the point, though.
That's not the question, though. It's a great answer, but it's not the question.
That's a great answer, but at the same time, that's not the point. We're talking about, is it going to affect, if your queen was to go in there and look, would it affect what you're doing? Would it affect your household?
She sees what I like. She's friends with me. She has access to my page. You know what I'm saying? She sees what I like.
So, you know, like, but the thing is that, like, I think, unless, again, it goes back to just the basics of a relationship. You know your person. Like, if you feel that you got to go read every comment and respond to every like, because that's what social media is for. Like, I think it's weird that people are like the like police, because I don't even go like, of course, like I'm a guy, so every once in a while, like you said, you might see something that look nice, boom, you might like it and shit like that. But I hate when people are like, man, people just be liking anything. I mean, that's what it's for. Like, I like, if you're like,
Right.
if you're on my timeline, no, and I mean, and I'm not talking about anything like sexy or anything like that. I'm just literally talking about like, I like people's posts. Like, I would look at the thing like, all right, cool, I like that. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't think that should be an issue. I think like the issue always resides in the mind. It's in the
With my
mind.
chin in the sharp
What
face.
do you feel?
So can
You know
I?
what I mean?
That's not that's
Nah,
because
let me ask you. Hold on, Bob. Because listen, no, that's real. Because here's the thing. We're talking about. So, shout out for like you're saying. Do you like? So, if a female posts a picture of like a not necessarily exposing herself, but a dope outfit.
No,
she
she
like-
exposed herself.
She
like the
dressed
pic.
nice.
My
She
wife,
went out Saturday night.
right? My wife would like the pic.
No,
wife-
no, we're talking about
Right.
we talking about exposing themselves, like some King
You
magazine.
just trying to go there.
Like
Nah,
we talking,
So, for example,
we talking the
Right,
stuff
so
that
shot.
the stuff that we send.
You know what
So
he's talking about.
but I'm saying, but like but no, because people get nuts about crazy stuff. But like, say like there's somebody on your timeline, and her and her friends went out, and there's a nice picture. Now, say she got a wagon, but like, you know what I mean. But she's posted up, and it's a nice looking picture. But yeah, I'm gonna like the picture. Like, there shouldn't be
Did
no.
you like the
thing-
pic or did you like the wagon though, my brother?
Yo, the wagon's a
It
part
don't
of
matter. The pic was like
So, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's what I'm saying.
here's the
But
thing,
if
'cause Bugs,
if
right?
if
Like,
somebody
we
goes
old
through your
enough,
likes
like,
and it's like OnlyFans people the whole way down your list, and it's like at what point is it unhealthy in the relationship to be like
Come on, son.
yes.
Why is it a problem though?
Heart.
When is it we need to have a conversation?
I mean,
Like, so what is
might
it that
be
you're seeing over here that you're enjoying so much? Like, that becomes the
people.
question.
The pictures.
You see that fabric or that sweater?
She ain't no fabric on. Ain't no sweater.
I mean, people like, again,
Ain't nobody posting no
People
OnlyFans
have-
pic. Go ahead.
no, because we have access to free porn, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So like, again, like, I think that it creeps into your mind about the relationship because you think like, oh, this person is accessible. Because if you have free porn, you think you wouldn't even trip off of that. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's about your relationship. It's the mind. Because, oh, this person could probably,
Agreed.
my dude keeps liking her pictures, so maybe he might say something in the thing, and he's cheated before. So that's where it comes into the play with this situation. It's really about the mind and where you stand in your relationship. Because yeah, if X, Y, and Z has a wagon and Bub likes her pictures every time she posts a picture, but Bub has also cheated before, that's where it's going to come into play. It's not going to come into play where maybe your wife or you haven't had anything like that, or she's one of them people that appears on everything you respond to. Because I know somebody like that whatever he posts, she responds immediately. It's like she's like a safeguard for it, you know what I mean? He never did, but she actually has a dark past that he doesn't know about. You know what I mean? So that's also the guilt can make you tilt in that same direction. So it's really about the mind.
You heard that here first. The guilt will make you tilt. I like that.
He fucked it up.
I
So
like that.
it's really that. You know what I mean? Like, that's why some people, when they do dirt, you know what I mean?
clip it.
They start accusing somebody else.
But that's so. Is there
Nah,
a
it's the
point?
mind, man.
No,
It's
I hear you.
insecurity.
I hear you. Is there a point when it becomes inappropriate to go through Instagram liking everything
Can I
that
ask
looks
you a
like
question?
soft
What
porn?
exactly are you asking?
I just asked you.
What do you?
What's it for, though?
No, because I feel like there's
No,
something else that you want to just say. Can you just
No,
say it?
that's the straight question because that's the conversation now. At what point?
Oh Lord,
At what point are like?
are you
like,
feeling attacked, Eddie?
Yeah, man.
What you trying to say?
So hold on, cuz. What you trying to say, man? You beating around the
My
bush.
insecurities, huh? My insecurities.
But it's been a conversation. Like even when you like a picture, if there's too many exclamation marks on like this
Well,
is fire.
I mean,
If there's too many hearts or just too many like all that
I mean,
kind of stuff,
yeah,
it
like-
becomes an issue.
there's still a boundary of respect. Like, yeah, if a chick posts a pic I went to school with, she got a wagon, she decked all out, but then like I like the picture, that's enough. I shouldn't go underneath it put 3 emojis with the heart eyes or anything like that. Like that's like you said, that's disrespectful. But to like the picture when that's what it's there
Right.
for, and that's what I'm on Instagram for, because Instagram
Right.
is so like
Right.
we can stop lying like we think that these people like we're on Instagram to like all these quotes. No, it's a picture thing, which is different from Facebook. So it's really about the visual.
Exactly.
That's why people,
But you know they
Exactly.
that's what they sell you on.
but now they call it it's
Preach,
called
cuz. Preach,
called-
cuz.
it's called mental cheating now. So it's like your mind allows
What?
you to.
I'm not allowed to think
Oh,
about shit in my
Cheating
head?
has
I've
always
had a
been
full
about-
argument about this before.
Is it fair?
Cheating's always been about mental though.
Nah,
That's
bullshit.
what people never
Because
wanna
people
understand.
envision things, and it's so like action is one thing, but you can't argue with somebody what they thinking in their head, bro.
But
Like,
I had
Okay,
it's kind of
let me
lame.
ask you
I had
a
a-
question,
I had a
Eddie. Let
full
me ask you a
argument.
question. Can I ask a question? So you
Sure.
laying in the bed,
Sure.
right? You laying in the bed with your wife. You laying in the bed with your wife.
Right.
And she over there, and she got her finger in her mouth, but she looking at the one. She like, oh my gosh. You like what? And she like, I just thought about something. You don't care what
Bro,
she
it's
thought
just
about.
like watching porn, like Cuz said.
You don't care.
I could look at a porn joint.
Do you care what she thought about?
No, I don't care.
All right, here we go. Now
I'm
we
gonna be mad because I can't control her brain. It's her brain.
That's
Like,
true.
I can't control what she thinks about. Like she can't control what I think about. I think about what I want to think about. You know? What if she look at me and I put my finger in my say no?
I mean, yo,
I'm
Somebody
tripping, I'm
open
tripping.
another door.
Look, shot.
What happened?
yeah, nah. It's like,
Where is Steve when I need him, bro?
yo, because in real life, like your partner gonna look at other people, and that doesn't mean that they have to
Yeah.
really be like that's what people like the law of attraction. Like we discussed before, like monogamy isn't necessarily natural for most people, but the idea of being able to look like you always hear an old head tell you like I got eyes to look, old men and old women alike, so you can look. But if you feel that insecure in it, there's a deeper issue in the circumstance.
Yeah.
You think that this person is going to react, and that's where you got to look at what's
So-
stemming.
Hell,
Cause you,
I wanna-
you know,
I wanna
cause
So I try not to even be jealous of a lot of things because I feel like that's a bad trick to have anyway.
try
Like
not
it's
to
easy
really
to
be
be jealous of things.
So I guess that's the question then. So is it?
That came out wrong.
Did you
wrong.
hear me?
What I'm
It came-
trying to say
You
is,
came out absolutely
wait,
correct.
I worded that wrong. I
No,
worded that wrong.
You
I
said
try not
what you
to
meant.
practice a jealous nature.
Okay, I fixed it.
No, because I don't like being like.
No.
Listen, I used to be very jealous of a lot of things, but it was because of my insecurities and the shit that I've done in the past. I try not to think that no more because what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to have that jealous nature, man. That's so unhappy. So unhappy. Walk around. What's she thinking about? She put her finger in her mouth. No.
So
What? Like, I don't
close
care
this
about
up.
that.
Is the
you having a
issue?
moment this episode, ain't you? Cuz
For me?
is the problem social media and like being irresponsible with social media, or is the problem that it's an insecure person that you're in a relationship with that triggers those
Okay.
problems because of
I
social media?
want to say something that I think is very important, and I want everybody out there listening to hear me. I really want y'all to hear me when I say this.
Oh, here we go.
I think it's important to be mindful of who you're with at the time. Real talk. And I say that because if you truly love somebody, we all say if you love somebody, you're not going to do nothing to hurt them. But
you just don't treat them bad.
But see, that's the thing. If you know that person's been hurt before or been through something before, and they express this constantly, like they've been hurt, they've been cheated on, whether it was cheated on, whether they got just done wrong. You see what I'm saying? Certain things can trigger certain behaviors in certain people, but that's for you to know and learn from your other. Because if you really do care, then you would kind of be mindful. I mean, it's a mindful thing. It's not the fact that changes. But hold on, let me plug this to it. I want to say
Hold on
this
real
one.
quick. Let me touch on that real quick with that.
Go ahead.
Sometimes somebody's past and what they've been triggered on shouldn't affect you. And you do got to be mindful, but you got to also make sure that the toxic things that they're dealing with are stuff that they might still need to heal, and they may not even need to be in a relationship because they might draw you
Facts.
away from your happiness.
Fact.
It may draw you away from your happiness because, in that same vein, some people go to the other extent. Like when they had something this way, what they'll do is, okay, when I go this, I had this way this time, so I'm gonna go this way. You know what I mean? And what they'll try to do is, though your intentions are sincere, and you're gonna always try to meet somebody halfway if you're feeling them, but then you're gonna start losing yourself, and you want to make sure that it's not something that you just are trying to appease them so much that you lose track of who you are in the same scenario.
Exactly, and that's what I was getting to,
Because it
and you just hit it, and you hit it on the head. But that's exactly the door I was about to go through. It's like, you know in advance, you knew in advance what this person's been through. If you're going to put them in a relationship, or you're saying you're with this person, that means you accepted all that from the jump. You see what I'm saying?
I don't think
Yo, I don't want to hear it.
Because,
I don't wanna hear it.
because people have a lot of
Now, if you hiding stuff, that's different. Or you know, like
but
when
a
you
lot
meet
of
most
people-
people, it's a representative. But if you meet true, and know this person, been with this person years and years and years, man, come on, man. You know the likes and dislikes. People can't make you change, but sometimes you change on your own for the sake
But
of who you.
it's people are supposed
Some of
to.
us
You're
think
supposed to
that
grow.
We're the one that can change somebody, though. And that
No,
doesn't
you can't change.
necessarily
You
mean-
can't change
No,
anybody.
you can't.
Nope,
can't.
I
Can't
just
change
said
anybody.
it. Nope.
But
But
a lot of us go into situations with broken people, masking our brokenness, and then try to sit there and say, like, oh, we're going to change and we're going to develop or change something different.
Nah.
And you can't allow that to be that, because a lot of people, like, it's going to be weird to say, but it's the truth. Like, a lot of people have had cheating experiences. Most people have. You know what I mean? Guy, female, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You know somebody real close to you in some dynamic where it affected your thinking. It may have been your parents, your aunt, you know what I mean, your sister. So you got to go on with life. You can't hold the next person hostage for what the last person did. There's red flags, and there's things that you got to look at that's also like, all right, that's nothing, or am I overreacting? You got to have
Right.
somebody there too that says that. So
I agree and disagree with, if you knew what a person was like before you got into a relationship with, you should accept it. Like I think that you should understand.
I'm not saying
that
accept it. I don't want to say accept it. I'm just saying you knew what they were, so you know whether it's for you or not, whether you want to stay or not. I'm just not just saying you should just go ahead and agree with it.
Right. So I think that if you're in a relationship with somebody who has a negative trait somewhere in there, if they're trying to change that, then cool. If it's like, this is who I've always been, this is who I'm going to be, then that's doubling down on some shit that you know is wrong. So in those cases, it's like you have to make that decision.
Yeah.
But if you're in a relationship, you should be trying to grow away from, this is who I am and this is who I'm always going to be kind of mentality.
Exactly. Which is why I picked the point. It's
Yeah.
like people go in saying, "Oh, I'm gonna change her. I'm gonna change him." No,
Yeah, you never
but
change
sometimes
anybody.
you get in a relationship and you know it's things that you may do that person may not like, whether they speak on it or whether they don't. But you can tell when somebody tenses up or acts a certain way because of something you're doing. It's like, oh, well,
Yeah.
maybe she don't like it when I do that, so I'm gonna just fall back from doing that. If you want to change, then that's 100. But you're not gonna change nobody. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen. You can't go in like that. But yeah,
So-
I just wanted to say that. Close.
Yeah.
So close out. Social media.
Social media.
Is social media the problem with relationships? Or are the relationships the problem with relationships?
Well, if you're on social
the
media, you're in a
relationship is the problem. Relationship. You make
Your
social media
relationship
the
is
problem.
Damn, we just said the same thing at the same time.
There you go.
There you go. And with that, we about to close out. We want to thank y'all. There's so many other places you could be on a Friday night, but you decided to come kick it with the Q, and we're grateful for you. We look forward to seeing you next week. As always, be happy, be safe, but most of all, be you. Q out.